Hi guys, welcome to another episode of this series, Fitness Factor Fiction. Today I am going to be talking about restriction of carbs or controlling carbs in the same vein as restricting calories as far as weight loss and fat loss that I discussed in the previous video. Today I'm going to focus specifically on carbs, and the statement that we're going to examine to see if it's true or false is that you must go low carb or no carb in order to lose weight or to lose body fat. And the verdict on this is that it's false. And here's why. Restricting carb intake will result in weight loss, but that weight loss is not going to come purely from fat. It's going to come from less water retained under the skin and even inside the muscle, because when you consume carbs, those carbs, after they've been converted to glucose to run through the bloodstream, they reach the liver, they reach the muscles, and they get converted to glycogen. Glycogen is a hydrophilic molecule. It pulls water into the cells as it goes in. So, glycogen in the muscle means more water in the muscle as well. But a lot of people will consume more carbs than what they can handle, what they can store as glycogen, so they spill over. And the spilled over amount makes them hold water under the skin, and that blurs any definition or any shape that the muscle has. So when we restrict carbs, we don't have that effect. So we do lose weight and we do see a little bit more definition, but it's not coming from body fat. Now, restricting carb intake does help with fat loss because it minimizes insulin spikes. And insulin is a hormone that stores nutrients, but it does so indiscriminately. It feeds muscle cells as well as it does fat cells. So it's something that we have to approach very carefully. And while ketogenic diets and being in ketosis is conducive to fat loss, it's a very restrictive process, and it's also lacking in practicality and versatility as far as your foods and your options and what you can do while you're following that dietary regimen. And on the other hand, going low carb without completely eliminating carbs from your diet as you would in a ketogenic diet, a low carb diet, you suffer almost just as much doing it, but the results aren't as good as a ketogenic diet. So if you're going to go low carb, might as well suffer a little bit more and get more results by going full ketogenic. Make sure you get into ketosis, because the first few days are rough trying to get into ketosis, but your body adjusts within a week or two tops, and then it's smooth sailing from there. You can stay on it as long as you have your diet down as far as what you can and cannot eat. You have things sorted out. Now, do I recommend any of those? No, because I want you to be able to lose body fat without sacrificing performance, without sacrificing your ability to maintain your muscle mass. So what I recommend instead is an approach that's more tangible, an approach that's more practical. Something like carb cycling is something that I've tried before with great success, and in the very near future I'm also going to be teaching you something that's even more practical and more fun to do than that. But for the time being, I want you to understand this, that you don't have to cut out the carbs from your diet. You have to be mindful of them, you have to watch your consumption, and you have to monitor it. You don't have to starve, but you have to be calculated in your approach to nutrition. So take this advice and apply it, and make sure that if you're going to go low carb, that you go into ketosis, because you want to maximize your fat loss and weight loss. If you're specifically looking for weight loss, then going low carb or ketosis are both valid approaches. If you're more focused on the fat loss than just losing weight overall, then I urge you to consider going with a carb cycling approach, at least for now, and see how that works for you. You won't be regretting it. You know why? Because more carbs in your diet makes sure that your metabolism is more active. Higher carb intake is associated through studies with a higher thyroid output. Your thyroid is the gland that controls your metabolism. So you don't want to reduce its activity by reducing your carb intake. You want to maximize its activity by taking in just the right amount of carbs that allow you to perform at your best and still lose body fat. That's why I urge you to take a more balanced, more practical approach, something that you can stick with and see results with. And with this, I will wrap this up. I hope that you've learned something from this. I hope that you can apply what I shared with you. And until next time, stay well, stay strong, stay smart.